Hey, this is one of the Christmas gifts I got. It's a Little Buddy propane heater. So my goal is have it sitting like right here tonight and put it on low. So stay tuned. Wood to get things started. Welcome to Rubicon Matt. This episode I'm going to be reviewing my first experience with the Little Buddy heater. I went camping back on December 30th. I got this for Christmas, the Little Buddy heater. Went down to Tar Hollow and did some tent camping and got down into the low 30s that evening. While I was camping, and I did camp in a tent. So I just want to share a little bit more about this and my experiences with it and using it, and kind of my likes and dislikes as we go and grow together. One thing I'd like you to do is share your comments down below of your experience with the Little Buddy heater. Kind of just share what was the atmosphere. Was it a tent, an RV? What temperatures were the outside, and how did it go on the inside? Were you comfortable? You know, did everything go well for you? So please share those in the comments down below, and we'll have to get this community going and talking through that. Yeah, here's a short segment of where I placed the Little Buddy heater in my tent. Hey, this is one of the Christmas gifts I got. It's a Little Buddy propane heater. So my goal is have it sitting like right here tonight and put it on low. It's 4,000 BTU, so I got it very well ventilated. Like the air can flow through the top because this is all netting, and then the air can flow through the top of my tarp cover of the tent, and then I got it ventilated very well. And I was going to see, you know, how much, if it gets too hot, or I'm sure it's going to, because I set it up and turned it on in the garage, and it was warm. So we'll see how it does in here as it gets down in the 20s tonight. And so I didn't bring all those sleeping bags like I did the last time and all that stuff. It's in the low 40s right now and should start dropping once the sun goes down. And we'll just see how it does. You can see the wind kind of blowing through here, so I want to have that ventilation. I want to talk now about some of the features of the Little Buddy heater. This one is the model MH9BX. It's a 4,000. It's got a setting for a 4,000, which is low, and then high is a 9,000 BTU setting for the heating purposes. It uses a 1 pound propane bottle that you can buy at Walmart. The bottles are for about $16. This price is right around between $75 and $100. And it has a couple good safety features. The first one, features are if it's tip proof, so if it tips over, of course it shuts off. And then also what I liked about it has a low oxygen sensor, so if the oxygen got low in your tent or your camper, wherever you're using it, it would shut off before it got too low. But really, I'm just going to share my experiences, but I want you guys to really make sure you follow all the instructions that come along with it and all the safety features, so it will go well for you. So this is just my experience. Again, follow all the safety instructions in this that come with the Little Buddy heater. Maybe I'll roll some videos. I'm talking about some of my, you know, how I used it, when I used it, and kind of share my experiences. When I first used the Little Buddy heater for the first time, like I said, it was at Tar Hollow. I went tent camping by myself. Temperature was supposed to get down to low 30s. I used a 50-degree sleeping bag with my Coleman 4-man tent. My 4-man tent 7 feet by 9 feet. I turned on the Little Buddy heater about 10:30. Well, I'm in my tent. It's about 10:30. And I'm going to try the little heater, the Little Buddy heater. And I got my propane tank in, 1 pound. And it says to go to the pilot, punch down until you get a light. As you can see now, the pilot light's lit. If you can't see it, it is. You hold it until it gets warmed up. And then you put it on high to let it get started, which it should start turning orange. I got all my ventilation open, and it's in full netted screen tent, the Coleman tent. So, and it's got the rain cover over it, but I pulled it out on all the sides so there's full ventilation. So after it gets hot, you turn it back down to low, and I'll turn off my light so you can kind of see that it glows. We'll see how it does. My plan is not to use all my stuff, just to get in my sleeping bag and keep warm with that. I brought 3 extra tanks, so again, we'll see how it goes and what kind of night we have. And I'm gonna keep checking the tent, making sure it's not like too hot on the tent, on the screen. It's in the 30s out right now, so maybe we'll wake up and there might be snow on the ground. They're saying less than an inch. We'll see what happens when I wake up. So I'll see you guys in the morning, and I'll keep checking this. Take care. You know, the first time I turned it on, 10:30, went to bed, and I ended up waking up at 4 a.m. and this was off. But I don't know how long it had been off, but I installed a new because I've heard people say that the 1 pound propane tank lasts for about, 3 hours. And I think I get 4 hours, a little bit more actually, because 4:05 a.m. I put a new tank in, went back to bed, and I woke up at 7:30, 3.5 hours later, and it was still cranking. And I think I even kept it going, which you'll see in the video, at least up till 8 a.m., so at least 4 hours. Well, it's about 7:50 a.m. Put the last canister on around 4 a.m., right exactly at 4 a.m., and it's still running. So I'm very impressed with the little buddy. It's super cold outside. It didn't get too warm in here. It just came, for my 50-degree sleeping bag, it was about perfect. I'd have to say I love this thing, because now I know I can go out in the snow and do some winter camping in the snow when it's really cold in January and February and not freeze to death. So I give it a high rating. These are some of the likes and dislikes. I liked the temperature in the low setting. It wasn't too hot. I was concerned it was going to get too hot in the tent, but the low setting worked perfectly. It was quiet. I liked the safety features, that if it tipped or if it got too low of oxygen, that it would shut down. I like the cost versus the value, meaning, just having this when you're out winter camping by yourself or with a group of other people, it was nice to have for the price. No odor. Oh, the only dislike I have is that you need to change the bottle maybe every 3 to 4 hours. I got 4 hours, so maybe with you guys, I don't know how long it'll last for you. These were new bottles I bought at Walmart, the Coleman 1 pound bottles. So what you can do, there's an adapter you can use to put on a larger tank. So you can have a tank outside the tent, or it's connected to your Jeep, or a gas line, propane line to this and attached directly, and have it last all night without turning it off. I've seen people do that. So, and as you watch this video, I will be, of where I've used this at Tar Hollow, but I will be releasing a new video, share that experience with you when I went to Tar Hollow on December 30th. And kind of cold and rainy, and had to put a tarp up and cook and all those sorts of things. So hopefully you'll join me for that adventure. Because really what Rubicon Matt is all about is to go with me and to grow with me as I learn how to overland and take this experience and keep learning and stretching myself to go further away, maybe longer, and learning out what equipment is necessary and what's important to have with us as we go and grow together overlanding. Look for my next videos. So thanks a lot. Thanks for joining me. This is Rubicon Matt out.